Oh. Welcome to Half Past Broke, brought to you from Get Lickin'. I'm Diffris.
Explain this to me. Get licking? What does this mean?
Get licking these nuts.
Why'd you set me up so good for that? Why'd you set? I got set up so bad. I was like, this is one weird thing that like I just don't understand. You fucking got me. Were you like? Wow.
I've been sitting on that all week.
Wow, you've been sitting on these nuts all week. All right.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh, that was perfect.
Hell no. All right. Well, all right, you got me. What are you drinking? Liv, can you please do me a favor?
All right.
All right, so the instant we start recording, my dog's like, "Yo, squeaky toy!"
It's time for
like,
the squeaky toys. Oh,
yeah.
no.
So what are you drinking? What do you got going on over there?
Oh, I got the old Meemaw, but I made the mistake of not shaking it before I started drinking it, so I just got like a mouthful of like full flavor, and now it's just like watered down Maw.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't register any of that because I'm just like the instant we start recording, my dog's like, I'm gonna squeak the loudest fucking toy in the world, and I'm like, I'm like trying to like get the toy from her mouth or like have Liv grab the toy. So it was diluted Maw, right? We briefly talked about this before the episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just drinking a sassy iced coffee, but
It was a homemade or?
yeah, it's homemade. It's Trader Joe's brand. We upgraded from the dollar store coffee because it's just I think we went over this. Like, I believe there's things that we shouldn't really cheap out on. And Trader Joe's, it's not that much more expensive. I mean, it's not $1, but it's so much better. It's such a.
Well, I talked about this, I think a couple of weeks ago. I said when I went to the public market, I bought like local, like locally roasted coffee. Like, I felt like, I don't know, coffee to me, like the nicer it is, like the less acidity's in it, you know, you're not like getting that like heartburn and stuff like that. We're old, like, you know.
Yeah, right. I need sugar free and low acid. I need it all. Anything to aid my sleep.
Oh my god, I drank a Sprite the other day because it was all someone had, because they were like offering me when I was delivering. They offered me, they're like, hey, you want something to drink? And I'm like, yeah, if you got any like water or anything. They're like, oh, sorry, the closest thing I have is Sprite. And I'm like, that's not even close.
Yeah,
it's like 90 degrees. I could really use like a cold can or something. Man, I felt like shit. I haven't had anything sugary in so long.
Really?
Like,
it is a lot of sugar for like no reason.
Yeah, I think, what was it, 2 months ago was the last time I had a Mountain Dew, and it was actually when we were recording. And that was like, I think that was last time.
I had a Mountain Dew last night.
Oh, did you really? Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's so weird because I usually never get like their specialty flavors. Specialty, right? I got Baja Blast. I was on my way home. I don't really like soda, and we've been over the fact that I don't like soda, but I have to admit, when you're driving and you need to like not like you're falling asleep, but like you want something to like consume while you're driving.
Activity,
it's a great beverage because it's not like a fucking energy drink that just can get you like, I don't know about you, but like caffeine affects me like hard.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So like if I drink a Bang, I'm like, ooh, woo, let's fucking go. And I'm like, I don't want that when I'm driving. I want to relax. So in soda, there's enough caffeine dispersed throughout. It's ice cold. It's whatever. I mean, I don't condone drinking soda, but like, whatever.
Yeah, but it's the thing. It comes back to moderation. Like,
yeah,
if you have like one every once in a while, like whatever, it's not gonna like ruin your life or anything like that. But
yeah,
like,
just don't drink it every single day.
Yeah, I see people with like 12 packs upon 12 packs,
it's a
in
lot.
Their fridges and their like garages and stuff like that. And I'm like, ugh.
I couldn't even do. I don't know if I could do that even if I. So like I said, I'll drink like a couple sodas like a month, but also if I order food and it comes with a free 2-liter, I'm drinking the full 2-liter in one sitting. Just it's gone. Like I don't go out. I very rarely go out and buy soda.
Yeah.
But like if it's presented to me, I'm consuming the whole thing in minutes, and probably going to the hospital immediately after.
Oh, speaking of which, we talked about Gatorade and Powerade and all that stuff last week, and I actually had a conversation with Swole this morning while we were playing Ark.
Is he on the Powerade side? Swole, you better not be on the Powerade side.
He's just on the electrolyte side and everything, and we were talking, and because he like walked away for a second, he came back and he had said like he just took like a tablespoon of salt and just took straight salt. because he was working out early, and he goes, yeah, I usually just drink like whatever throughout the day to get my electrolytes up and everything, because it's like the most effective way to work out is like having all those electrolytes in you. And it didn't occur to me that me working out in the morning, I'm working out on empty, because I've been like, I literally like slept all night, then I get home, and then I wake up, go right to the gym, which is a great way to start your day, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I'm not getting like the most effectiveness out of it, because like, you know, you're not.
Are you trying to tell me that a healthy person will just straight up eat a tablespoon of salt?
Ask him, dude. He straight up ate a freaking tablespoon of salt.
Just taking a salt shaker at Chili's, like, look. Is that what we're doing now? This doesn't.
Well, like,
the
thing is, I think, well, do you remember the coach from King of the Hill, the salt tablet thing?
Salt tablet, yeah.
It's because like if you're not consuming salt with like the electrolytes and everything, I guess like the water just like runs right through you. You're not retaining nearly as much as you should be. So I'm wondering if maybe I should just have like Gatorade on me, just like little things of Gatorade that I can drink.
Oh, Gatorade's delicious anyway.
Yeah, but it's so sugary.
Salt tablet.
So, take a salt tablet. Oh, coach, I can see my bone. So take a salt tablet.
Oh man, that was wild.
Yeah,
speaking of salt and wild, did you know that there's people who put salt in their coffee?
Yeah, I did. My mom does it.
What? It's supposed to like neutralize the bitter or whatever?
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. Yeah, my mom, she has like this hazelnut. It's like Jamaican. I think it's Jamaican me crazy. It's like it tastes like a hazelnut coffee without the creamer, and she puts salt in it, like a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. I've seen people do it. It's not something I've never heard of.
Yeah, I've heard of that, but when I heard it, a couple of years ago, I was like, dude, are you okay? Like, do you need someone to talk to? Because I'm here for you.
I mean, it makes sense. It's like the same thing with people putting vinegar in their water when they go to make hard-boiled eggs. Because it makes it a little easier to peel the egg, I guess, because it breaks down.
Wow. Well, that's apples to oranges.
Well, yeah, but it's still a little nuanced thing that, like,
yeah, it's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's like when it's like salt. If you put salt in boiling water for spaghetti and like pasta and stuff like that, it doesn't actually make a difference.
Yeah, but that's along the same lines as vinegar in hard-boiled eggs. Salt in coffee is just like, I don't like the taste, so I'm going to add something that's weird.
You ever heard of the fortified coffee where people put like oil and shit in it? Like
motor oil?
No, it's I can't remember what kind of oil it is, but there's like an oil that people put in their
oil?
Yeah, it's something like that. But that's like my mom's big into that one too. I learned a whole new world about coffee. I thought it was just make and drink. I didn't realize there was like all this extra crap you could do to coffee. It's apparently it's called like fortified coffee, reinforced coffee, something like
probably
that.
Fortified, and I'm down with that. I'm down with putting like whatever, like fish oil, right? I'd put fish oil in there, right? Because there's you get your vitamins. Tablets. Right there, there's health purposes to it. Salt in coffee is just like, if you don't like the taste of coffee, don't drink coffee. It's that simple. It's like what do you drink a hot chocolate? I don't care, but like, what do you put salt in coffee? Now, I've never done it. You know what? Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll make a coffee and I'll put salt in coffee later, and I'll be a different person.
I think it has a lot to do with like the cheap coffees, because I think the cheap coffees are a lot more bitter because they're roasted in bulk, so they tend to like take on that bitter, like overcooked taste. You know how like burnt stuff has like a bitter taste to it? I'm wondering if like big batch coffee is like, it's more common in big batch coffee than like the bougie coffee that we drink, because like
is Trader Joe's really bougie?
Yes, Trader Joe's is the Texas textbook definition of bougie.
Well,
the only Trader Joe's in my town is in the richest town, or in my county is in the richest town in the county.
I feel like Trader Joe's is pretty accessible. Their prices aren't that outrageous. It's
they sell saffron.
What the hell? I don't even know what saffron is.
Saffron
City?
No, saffron is a type of seasoning that I think for like, I just looked it up. Per ounce, it's worth more than gold per ounce. It's like it's like $800 per ounce. I can't remember the exact numbers. Saffron.
Do you know how much wasabi costs per pound?
Like actual wasabi? No.
$120 per pound.
Damn. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Saffron. For 1 kilogram, it's $1,900.
Okay, saffron. What are we doing here? What are we putting it on?
I was wrong. I was looking at it wrong. Actual saffron? Real saffron can cost you over $10,000 per kilogram. A minuscule harvest means the amount you get from each flower is roughly 0.006 grams.
Okay. So what's the draw to it? Why is it so expensive?
Let me look up application. Saffron application.
Yeah, what are we doing with saffron? Are we putting it in coffee like a maniac?
Is high in antioxidants, got a lot of health benefits, libido, sexual function, PMS symptoms,
okay,
weight loss. These are all like I don't know if they're proven, but it's a cooking seasoning. Like,
it's a gas station boner pill.
Oh my god, those fucking boner pills. We should get those sometime and see how they work. What? So we can sword fight.
Well, now I'm sold. All right. As long as there's a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I have more of a dagger than a sword. But.
All right. Anyway, guys, I have a gut-wrenching story to share with you. And anybody who plays video games, not even competitively, but just likes to win, you'll sympathize with me on this. So, let me paint you a picture. It's about midnight. Logging on to Apex Legends. Mm-hmm. A night like any other. Young Wagner hits me up, says, "You ready to get some dubs?" I said, "Absolutely." So here we are, losing nonstop, as usual, whiffing headshots, getting smoke showed, until we have this match, right? We're fucking ripping it, decimating anyone who walks in our paths, mowing them down. Doesn't matter what weapon we have in our hand. Doesn't matter what they have. We got white shields, they got gold. They're dead. Everyone. Mowing them down. A force to be reckoned with. We're killing so many people, we don't even realize that, holy shit, there's only 2 other squads left. No, wait. Now there's only one other squad left. They killed each other. We're in the circle. We got high ground. We're geared up. We see them. They throw a grenade. I duck out. I get hit. I'm shielding up. Wagner knocks one. We're running in. I'm shielding up. Okay, but in the time that I run in behind him, they get the res. So now it's again a 2v2, but we don't know. We don't know that they got the res. So we think, so it's a 50-50. They could have 1, they could have 2, right? We see the one guy jumping off the ledge, massive shot from 6 miles away. I knock this dude. I go, fuck yeah, but the match didn't end. So if you're an Apex player, you know that means one of 2 things. Either they have a gold red shield or they got their buddy up. So as I go down to inspect the situation, I hear, you fucking piece of shit! Wagner's down! Now it's just me, 1v1 for the win. Lo and behold, I whiff every goddamn shot and lose the match.
I knew. I had one of 2 theories for the end of this. Either you biffed it,
I biffed it,
or one of you DC'd.
No, oh my God.
I thought that you.
So I didn't. That was a lot of that was for dramatic effect. I didn't whiff every shot. It was a very close 1v1 at the very end, and it was like shot for shot for shot for shot. And my one fucking shot that I noticed, that was probably the game-winning shot. I guess I like grazed him, and my mastiff shot did 7 damage instead of like the whatever it's called.
Oh,
seven
so you
damage.
hit him with like 1 BB or some shit.
Yeah, so like in that little duel for the and he just like he didn't even outplay me. Like I just missed a shot where I should have hit him. And I'm telling you right now, like a battle like that, like I'd almost rather just lose on drop. Like just drop in and die immediately, then like fight that hard, do so well. Like we had so much damage, so many kills between
getting
the 2 of
the
us.
Final round is the worst.
Oh my God.
Especially when you lose.
Right, just to miss a couple shots and lose the match, and that was devastating. And I lost. I didn't lose sleep over it, but I was thinking about it for like just nonstop. Like I was upstairs, I was like, I am never gonna recover from this emotionally. Right, I go to sleep. The first thing I think of when I wake up, I'm like, the fucking piece of shit game Apex. And that's
start going to therapy over
yeah, they're like, Eric, is everything okay? And you're like, well, yeah, it's fine. Like, whatever. I like my job. I love my girlfriend. They're like, so what's wrong? I'm like, fucking Apex Legends. They're like, oh, go home. But yeah, that's my tale of woe.
Yeah.
As far as the Apex Legends goes.
That's rough. Yeah.
What about you? You've been playing Apex? You haven't been playing any Apex lately.
No, I've been super into Ark. I've been really enjoying it because I get to play with like everyone. We all just kind of can chill a little bit. I did tame for all the Ark players out there. I was taming compies, like the little dinosaurs that killed that little girl in the second Jurassic Park movie. You remember what I'm talking? You know what I'm talking
about? No, I didn't. Jurassic Park 2, the older one.
Yeah.
I'm not.
In the very beginning, there's this girl that like goes wandering off on a beach, and she runs into one little compy, and she feeds this compy like a sandwich, and then all of a sudden 80 compy come out of the woods and start attacking her, and then they cut the screen, and then they cut the fade, and then like if you really listen, they say, oh, she's in the hospital and everything, so they didn't kill her, but they like fucked her up. But they're these little like they're basically like T-Rexes about the size of like a cat, and I had a male and a female, both over level 100, so I was like, I'm gonna breed them. I want to get a couple copy. Well, the eggs weren't spawning in where they should have spawned underneath the compies, so they were just gone. I was confused. I had no idea where the eggs were. I found them. So for 6 hours, they had been laying eggs. I found 60 eggs. I managed to hatch all 60 eggs. So probably 3 hours after all this, because we speed up the breeding on our little private server just so we don't have to
cheating.
No, well, it's just because none of us are on long enough to want to do this. We're not that dedicated to the game. We just do it to a point where it's like manageable. We can do things.
Yeah,
we could do one thing in a night and not have to span it over a couple days.
It's a lot if you don't put those like speed modifiers on. It's so I remember when Liv was like first trying to do it, it was like insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You have to dedicate a whole night to taming like one thing.
Well, and then they die in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, all these compy hatch. So I have a compy army of 60 compy. All have like 300 health. All have 300% attack power. And so we were about to change servers change the server to a new map. So I took all these compy out. 60 compy are unstoppable. I literally had them mowing through alpha raptors, alpha T-Rexes. I had like they took out a brontosaurus. Like
I saw them. I looked over at Liv's screen when I was playing Apex, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" I saw a little green, there were 60 of them. I was like, yeah, it looked like hundreds of little green name tags. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it was so ridiculous. And then, I couldn't kill them. I tried to take them out because I thought that they were going to be an easy kill. There were too many of them for the Bronto to even knock back. Then the Bronto would knock back a bunch. There'd still be like 30 of them eating at this thing. He couldn't do enough damage. And then when they killed them, they would eat them, and then they would get all their health back. I think I lost 3 that entire run, and that's just because they got split up between 2 different fights.
That's a lot of copies.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was a great way to end our island venture. To move on to the new map was to see how badly I could fuck up the map with copies.
So what's this new map you're on?
It's called the Crystal Isles. It's a massive map.
Really?
I think because Liv just jumped in on it. I've been playing it the last couple hours. Before we started recording here, actually, I was messing around on there.
It's true.
And yeah, no, I was having a blast playing that. It's a lot harder. All the dinos are way higher level. All the the map is just so huge. You could be almost at the same exact coordinates and still be a mile away from somebody.
Oh, it's that much bigger?
Yeah.
How many times bigger is it than the previous map?
From what I've heard, it's double the size of the island.
Okay.
From what I understand.
Through the grapevine, you've heard.
Just from reading, that's what they say. It's they say 70 square kilometers or some shit like that.
Now, who is they? Who is the authority on Ark? Is there a wiki you go to? Is there an Ark god?
Oh yeah, there's a thing called the Dodo Dex.
Okay, because I know for ESO, there's certain trusted websites.
Yeah, there's an app on your phone that you can actually get that basically breaks down everything in Ark based on stock settings.
Now, could you bring anything over from island to island?
Are you talking about like when we changed the server?
Yeah. I'm sorry, server to server.
I think Liv brought a dinosaur and I brought one, but the one
so you can.
Oh yeah, I brought one over, and then it died because starting a fresh game, like you're gonna die 50 billion times before you are able to like establish.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, there's not really a whole lot at stake when you first start out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. So thinking about Apex, because like I've been really wanting to play Apex a lot lately, and I brought it up to Eric earlier, like right before we started, and I think I sent you a TikTok about it.
He did. It's true. A TikTok indeed.
There's a game called Splitgate that people are loving on it. They're saying it like even the developers are saying Halo meets Portals and everything.
It's a pretty bold claim as a developer. I feel like if like a TikToker says that, it's like, okay, that sounds good. But like if a developer's like,
oh no, sorry,
weird.
IGN describes Splitgate as Halo meets Portal.
Okay.
There's only 4 developers for this game. Like that's pretty impressive.
Let's check it out. What's it called? Splitgate?
Yeah, it's free, by the way. It's in beta, but it's free. It's got multiplayer, party up with your friends, so you can like actually like group together. I don't know how many people could play in a party. You could party up with people. We highly recommend big head mode with low gravity and unlimited ammo. Oh, so you can have custom lobbies in this. That's what Apex was missing.
This has been out since 2019.
Is it really? Oh, geez, yeah. It really has.
It got released on next gen consoles a couple days ago, 2 days ago.
Oh, the 27th. That's why it's getting attention. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks simple enough. It looks like basically a reskin of Halo with like portal guns and stuff like that, which is cool. Like I would very much like to try to play this. Maybe, and I think I brought it up to you. I think we should
I'll download it.
Do an old stream of it and see and like really showcase it.
A co-stream?
Yeah, we haven't done one of those in a while.
We haven't. Are we talking a multi-twitch.tv/differus/SBRX407?
Let's fucking go.
I'm down. I'm interested.
I don't know what your plans are. I know you got like stuff going on next week.
Oh, so busy next week. You're not going to see me next week. No one's going to see me. No one's going to see me for 10 days straight.
It actually
that
leads into there might be a new person. There might be a guest speaker in Eric's spot next week.
Oh yeah. What do we discussed a couple options with that. Did you bring it up to the potential stand-in?
No, I talked to him last night too, and I totally forgot to. The only reason I was thinking that I was leaning towards the potential stand-in was because today, like very much so, guys, family comes first, and like like stuff that like Eric like is doing, like his this is his big break. He's like, why don't you tell him what you're doing, man?
No, I'm just working 10 days in a row. I'm just fucking working a shit ton, making money so I can fucking not sell a kidney when I need to buy that trans sim setup.
Fair enough, but I thought you were doing like photography and stuff for it too.
I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm doing a ton of stuff. I'm doing a ton of video editing. I'm getting a bunch of little photography gigs here and there.
Yeah,
a couple weekend bad boys.
That's a big break for you, dude. That's so awesome.
It's product photography. It's fun. It's fun to be approached and say, hey, we noticed you have a set of skills that we're in the market for. So it is cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's just gonna be a super busy 10 days on. And if you guys know me, I like casual. I work 2 days a week and I fucking love it. I mean, I clear my bills, right? I'm a happy camper. So 10 days, it's gonna be a little stressful, but like if I can just get through that and make a good chunk of change, I'll be happy. I don't mind like going like really hard, like working really hard for like a short period of time. Like I'm the classic, like if I could work 6 months on, 6 months off, that'd be my dream, you know? If I could make enough money in 6 months.
Something.
What's that? Oh, is that
That's like a lawn care service place.
Oh,
up here at least what they do is during the summer months you work like your 5 days a week or whatever, and in the wintertime they actually like work with the state, so you collect like basically unemployment while you're working like through the winter. so your paycheck doesn't drop. Like, I thought about working for them, but I really like where I am now.
Manual labor just isn't for me.
I only work 4 days a week, and the heaviest thing I have to pick up is like 50 pounds at any given time. So, like,
yeah, I'm just not interested in, like, I don't want to do land like that. Yeah, that's. Could I do it if I needed money? Absolutely. Do I want to? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you should work for the same company I work for. You only work 4 days a week.
I just want to. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I want to edit videos and take pictures. You know, I want to. I don't. There's a million things I could do. I just don't want to. You know.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna record my demo reel sometime this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I figured I might as well. We got Uncle Gamers who was talking to me about getting something set up with him. And
very nice.
Everyone keeps bullying me to do it, so like I might as well. So yeah.
It's like my parting words in last week's episode. Said, you know, get your shit together. Do what you love, right?
Yeah.
Follow your dreams. It's about damn time.
Just do it.
I fucking love Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, I know, he's great.
We always talk about Shia LaBeouf.
He's like
he shouldn't be your hero. Well, he's my hero.
He's the mascot of HPV.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
But so like a big reason why I was thinking, like, because we were originally thinking about doing like 2 podcasts in one sitting. The problem is, like, I gotta stream at 4. I gotta go pick my little sister up at 3. So like the just time constraints today. Like, if we can, we might be able to squeeze it in tomorrow if you want to try to do that. But
yeah, we got options.
Ultimately up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care either way. Like I said, pitch it to the potential stand-in. If he's super psyched about it, if he's like really wants to do it, hell yeah, give it to him.
Yeah.
If he's you know, like maybe, I don't know, then we'll do 2 in a row. It's I'm neutral, you know. I'm gone for 10 days, so
I'll DM him after this and see what he says.
Yeah, we'll always make something work. We'll adapt and overcome.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the HPB way.
Well, is it?
No, we just take it whenever we fuck up.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is fine. So are we gonna download Splitgate? Are we gonna play Splitgate?
I'm down. Are you gonna be around Saturday?
No.
Okay.
Barbecue. Early. No, I probably will not be around Saturday.
Okay. Maybe we can plan it for tomorrow or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little tomorrow. Or what time are you streaming tonight?
4 to 8, but this week. Today's gonna be the Pokemon day. I try to keep Pokemon on Wednesday or on Thursdays. Fridays are kind of flex. I did the Bidoof solo run, and I basically just destroyed.
Just fucking Bidoofed everyone.
Yeah, everyone got Bidoofed. So,
would you recommend a Bidoof solo run?
Oh yeah, easily. Especially if you're running. Yeah, no, absolutely, because Bidoof is a normal type, which is nice. Normal types aren't affected by ghosts, and their only weakness is fighting. And if you evolve them, you have a water type now that can learn surf.
He's a water type? He's evolved into a water type?
Yeah, a normal water type, so he's still not affected by ghosts.
He's a fucking beaver, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a big beaver.
Thick beaver. What's it?
Fat beaver.
Bidoof evolves into the beef.
It's barrel or something like that.
Yeah.
But beef.
Now, would it be just as effective if you just solo ran any Pokemon? Or is there a special quality about Bidoof that makes him strong as fuck?
No, there's no special quality. It's literally just one of the biggest reasons why it's hard to do solo runs in like main games is because HMs. You need to have HMs to progress the game.
Yeah,
blah, blah. So you can always like solo run and just have like an HM slave like in your second spot or something like that. But there's certain like fan-made games where they give you items that do the same thing as HMs, so you don't have to teach any of your Pokemon HMs, which is nice. But solo runs like literally take a level 2 Pidgey, just work it up, and eventually it's gonna be way more powerful than anything else in the game. Like, you could get to the Elite Four and the thing will be almost level 100, and any level 100 is gonna wipe any base game trainer.
Really?
Yeah.
Any even Gary's Arcanine?
Okay, I was only level 69 when I beat him.
I don't want to talk. I wasn't taking a jab at you. I was just because I know you. I know you were saying that was the one that you did have trouble with.
Yeah, if I had just one Pokemon that entire playthrough that I was using, and I got it like super high level, yeah, I could have wiped all of the Elite Four, no problem. And I might do that. Like, I actually thought about doing a playthrough of Team Rocket where I only use like Rattata, Zubat, Meowth, Arbok, and Coughing. Or, you know, like the 5 Pokemon that they all have. Like, I thought about doing a playthrough like that.
Wobbuffet? Don't they always have a Wobbuffet?
Oh, yeah, the anime they do.
yeah, they just always have a Wobbuffet. He just like always pops up in the most inopportune situations.
Wobbuffet might be the one Pokemon, and Magikarp, because Magikarp is really weak. But Wobbuffet might be the one that's actually insanely hard to solo.
Really? Is he bad? Is he that bad?
No, it's because Wobbuffet doesn't do direct damage. You can't.
Go on.
All of Wobbuffet's moves are counters. So you have to get hit first in order to do damage.
No, you can't use fucking water gun or anything? Bubble beam?
Let me pull up Wobbuffet's moveset, because it's actually insane. Like, it didn't even occur to me.
You can use TMs though.
No.
What do you mean no? He doesn't learn any moves?
He doesn't learn any direct damage moves. Let me see. Let me look.
Ladies and gentlemen, after all these years, I'm learning more and more about Pokemon.
Move learned by level up. Wobbuffet can learn in Sword and Shield, up into Sword and Shield. So let's go with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, because Sword and Shield changes like all the rules.
Okay.
Wobbuffet can learn 4 moves.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Counter, Destiny Bond, Mirror Coat, Safeguard. Counter and Mirror Coat are the only 2 moves he can learn that do damage. And it's Mirror Coat and Counter are basically, if you use Counter and you get attacked with a physical move, it deals double that damage back to him. If you use Mirror Coat, if they use a like not direct damage, like psychic stuff like that, like the water gun, it deals double that damage back. It can only know 2 moves. Previous to Sword and Shield, because they changed it in Sword and Shield, it can learn like Splash and a couple other things.
They dumbed down Sword and Shield. They made it easier.
In Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, up until that point, Wobbuffet could only learn 4 moves, and the only TM he could learn was Safeguard, which is a move he already knows. Shit. If you're talking about why not,
playthrough.
What?
Do a Wobbuffet playthrough, solo or a whole team of Wobbuffets.
Just a whole team of Wobbuffet?
Yeah, that'd be disgusting.
That would be actually really fun.
That'd be awesome.
The best part about Wobbuffet is insane. Because you don't need to have good defense, you don't need to have good attack, you don't need to have good special attack, special defense, or speed. Because Counter and Mirror Coat always go second.
Mm-hmm.
The higher your defense, the less damage your opponent is doing, so the less damage you do in turn. So where Wobbuffet excels is his stats, HP. Wobbuffet with 31 IVs, maxed out HP, like the absolute maxed out HP. Wobbuffet has 584 HP.
Is that a lot?
Okay. That's 190. Let me look up Tyranitar, because he's considered one of the more like meta Pokemon.
Yeah.
He can only get 404.
Oh, Wobbuffet. You have to do Wobbuffet playthrough.
Yeah, I'm gonna totally do a Wobbuffet
please.
playthrough.
That's amazing. Like, that's a skilled playthrough, you know? Not that, you know, your Bidoof fucking nuking everyone isn't skillful, but, like, this is, like, a strategic playthrough.
Yeah, you basically set up Safeguard and Destiny Bond, and then you just keep countering him until he dies, and if they kill you, you automatically kill him. So if you have 2 Wobbuffets, you always have a backup.
Well, if you have 5 what is it, 5 or 6 in a party of Pokemon?
6.
You get 6 fucking Wobbuffets, you're unstoppable.
Yeah, so there's my nerd moment. It's just like Wobbuffet.
It's beautiful.
Wobbuffet has like such a very interesting Wobbuffet's an interesting Pokemon.
I didn't know that. Now, does he evolve from Why Not?
Yeah. At level 15.
And why not's the same thing? Can only learn.
Yep, the same moveset.
Okay.
Except why not can learn Splash and Encore. Those are the only two things it can actually know other than what Wobbuffet can know.
So would it be worth it to keep him why not until he learns at least Splash? Even then, Splash
is useless. It does nothing. It does nothing.
Yeah.
It actually says nothing happened when you use it.
Wow.
So
wow.
Encore is kind of useful because you can force them to use a move that like deals a specific type of damage to you, so you can always kind of predict where you're gonna be at. But that's whatever. I don't really give a shit about that.
That's pretty wild. I still have to install my Pokemon emulator and get on that. I'll probably do it on my phone. I'll probably do it on my phone.
I'm gonna look up to see how I can change one of the starter Pokemon in Gen 3 to a specific Pokemon, because I might just set that up so I can get why not right from the start, and I just never have to use anything else but why not.
Can you do that? Is that probably in a fan-made game, right?
No, I know there's a way to like get into the files and change things.
They're hacking. He's a hacker. I'm in.
Or I could do the fan-made games, but the fan-made games, like, they're fun, but they're very gratuitous.
Are they? Oh shit! I forgot to hit start record.
Did you really?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, I was gonna say, damn, I've been talking to myself. I'm keeping it.
I guarantee you, I will do that one of these days. So we've told you guys before how we record is we record separately. We record 2 audio tracks and then we merge them in post.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you one of these days I'm gonna like go to hit like start record and be like 3, 2, 1, okay, go. And then I'm gonna hit like start streaming or something, or like start virtual camera instead of start recording. I guarantee you one of these episodes is just gonna be like absolute fuckery.
As soon as you said that, I looked down and I saw my live number first, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm not recording." So we just been rambling, and then I realized that the recording one is right next to it.
I'm absolutely gonna. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do it one of these days. I can't. You can't be like. I don't care how hard you try. You're gonna fuck things up eventually.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I don't care how much effort you put in things. How much like things are gonna go wrong.
That's part of the fun, though.
So, what do you think about? I brought it up earlier. What do you think about the little Patreon idea?
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot because we have some really good bangers.
Really do
outside of stream or outside of the recording.
So I had this little idea. I thought of it earlier today, about 4 minutes before we started recording, which goes hand in hand with what I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to do a little thing where like, we'll like get our Patreon up or whatever, or any way to give us money, really. What's the other one? OnlyFans? Just basically give us money and we'll give you access.
Joke I made earlier.
Oh no. So we're going. I'm thinking like maybe like 5 minutes before, because what we do is we show up, we say okay, we're gonna record at this time. We show up, we talk a little bit, and we figure things out briefly because we're unprepared, and we just set up. And then at the end, we usually kind of decompress and say what we liked, what we didn't like, what we can improve on, what was what we'll laugh about the episode and everything. So I was thinking about maybe recording the pre-show and the post-show for a little 10-minute extra, a little bit of behind the scenes recording, if you will, and like put it up on Patreon or something. If you guys are interested. If you're not, suck it.
It'll still be on there.
yeah. We don't care about you. If you're not interested, you're not who we're talking to, okay?
We still got to work on merch.
Oh my god, I have such a good idea for a t-shirt.
Yeah, I gotta send you the information on Teespring. I gotta re-find it again. Oh my goodness, I like made it and I like completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I gotta get I got a couple good ideas for a t-shirt. I want those shorts. I just want a nice like.
I want shorts that say "strip club approved."
Oh my god! Oh, banned from. Well, they'd have to be very thick. If they said "strip club approved,"
yeah, like it'd be like short sweatpants or something like that.
Yeah, you can wear these in a strip club. And then another one that says strip, like, I don't know, something, strip club denied or something, like strip club disapproved. Those are the super thin ones.
Have it on the ass, guaranteed to get kicked out of a strip club in these.
Yeah, like how they used to have the Victoria's Secret, the pink on the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that when Bobby Hill wore he was like it said cutie on the
Oh yeah, because he had the what happened?
Yeah.
Because he like lost his pants or something. Oh
something happened. They like
Yeah, I do
spilled
kinda
something on
remember.
his pants, and like whatever girl he was dating at the time, like he was like, "Oh, just wear my sweatpants."
Yeah, I remember that.
It was those Victoria's Secret sweatpants were huge with just the love on the ass. They were huge. Everyone had them in
I
like.
kind of want a
God,
pair.
I briefly had a pair.
Did you?
I
Really?
probably I don't know. I don't know how I acquired them. I just like had a pair laying around. Like, all right, I guess these are mine now. I can rock them. If
Yeah,
I
why
can find
not?
them now, right? I'm too fat to fit in them now, but
Yeah,
I would.
I'm like, I gotta buy a new kilt.
Wait, what do we do? What are you doing with the kilt? You going bagpiping?
I used to have a kilt, and then like I got too fat for it.
Mm-hmm. Too
And
fat for a kilt.
So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna get rid of it. And I have no idea where it is because I don't think I actually ever got rid of it, but it like disappeared in like my moving around and stuff like that.
Why does that happen?
Now
Why
I'm like,
does-
yeah, I right? Like,
Why? Like you obviously like don't leave. Like some things you do leave, but like you're not gonna just like leave a kilt in an old apartment or an old house. You know,
yeah,
like I lose so much shit when I've moved like 5 or 6 times in the past like couple years, and it's just so many things. I'm like, where did they go? Why and how?
you know,
It's ridiculous.
I think it has a lot to do. I think because like, I remember last time I moved, I like cleared out most of my clothes because I just didn't really want to carry around like big bags of clothes, so I donated a lot of them. And maybe it ended up in that. That's what I'm thinking. That'd be really weird for Goodwill to be like, "What the fuck is this?"
They'll be like, what the hell?
Well, because it's not like it doesn't go all the way around. It's a flat thing that you have to loop around you, and then you belt it.
It's an assless kilt.
So it just looks like a piece of frilly cloth. It almost looks like a curtain. Because you have to like belt it around you. Like you don't like slide it up your legs. You like wrap it around you.
Is that how? Is it? Was it? No, there obviously has to be a difference between like a fucking Party City kilt costume and like and a.
Oh
an
no, I had a real
official-
kilt.
Really?
Yeah. Like
What are
that's
they made of?
tartan? Tartan?
The
No,
hell
that's
is that?
that's a shirt. It's wool basically.
Straight from Scotland. Now, is it something like Scotch, where like it's only like considered Scotch if it's made in Scotland? Is that same thing with a kilt? Like, is it only an official kilt if it's from Scotland?
I don't think any other place has anything comparable to a kilt, so I'm just assuming that like it's not like drinks, like where bourbon can only be made in Tennessee in a specific area, or champagne can only be made in the Champagne region of France. I think it's just like if it's a kilt, it's a kilt. I don't think the Scottish people are super like judgy on like the material, because I've seen like leather kilts, I've seen like silk kilts, like I've seen all sorts of different kilts. I just got a really authentic one because like my family's all very, very Scottish. Like my grandma moved here. Like I'm first generation.
Now, what's the origin of a kilt? A brief rundown on where and why.
It's really hot in the summertime. And
that's it. They just need to let the nutsack air out.
Seriously,
there has to be more than that.
I don't know.
I don't. Just like, man, my dick is really fucking sweaty right now. Let me wear a kilt. Like there's got to be history to it. You know, there has to be something.
What's the origin of the kilt? Traditional dress of men and boys that pleats in the rear. Since the kilt has become associated with the wider Scot and Gaelic cultures, kilts are often made of woolen cloth in a tartan pattern. I was right. Tartan is like the plaid look. Like
that pattern though.
Yeah, it's the pattern.
It's not the material.
I was close.
Well, you said a word. Congratulations. That's it. Nobody knows where the kilt came from. Any
There's a lot of words on this page that I'm not willing to read at the moment.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. We don't know the official origin of the kilt.
The term whatever. It's
You ever been to the tilted kilt? Is the tilted kilt like offensive? To Scottish heritage?
They're not kilts. They're just plaid skirts.
they are very small skirts.
Yeah, but they're just skirts. Like if it's like if you want to wear a kilt,
I guess you're right. Yeah,
kilts are a lot bulkier than you think they are. Like when you
Yeah.
wear them, like you don't sit down, you're sitting down on like this thick a cloth because it's pleated in the back.
That's not bad for camping, right?
Oh
You
yeah,
have
it's
a
super
seat
comfortable.
wherever you go.
Oh yeah, I fucking love it. Except for when you sit down, you actually have to cross your legs because no one wants to see your balls.
Whatever. I will not be shamed into crossing my legs. But yeah, the Tilted Kilt. I've been there a couple times.
I've been there.
They're not kilts. They're literally just like plaid fabric mini skirts.
Yeah, they're just mini skirts. They're just plaid mini skirts. They're not actual kilts. Like I actually, if I were to ever go to Tilted Kilt again, I would wear an actual like full Scottish garb.
Yeah, be confrontational. Be like, you guys are fucking ripping off my culture.
I'll be like, this is a kilt.
And they're gonna be like, just go. You want a beer or not? Get the fuck out of here. Like, you want a burger? We don't give a shit. We're here to make tips. Although last time I went to the Tilted Kilt, the nice lady, she's such a nice waitress. She just walks out, fucking like drops our pizza, and she just like looks at us. And we're just like it's fine. She's like, I'm gonna go get you another one. I'm like, thank you. Like,
okay,
that was it.
I'm not looking at my phone for no reason. So I get notifications whenever, or I'm looking at my phone for a reason.
I'm not. Okay, I'm trying to follow this here. There's a reason that you are looking at your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
So I get notifications from Amazon whenever like deals on my wish lists come up, which we talked about in the past. So any of you that are getting into streaming, and we've talked about how important lighting is in the past, newer 2-pack dimmable 5600K USB LED video lights with adjustable tripod and color filters for tabletop and low angle shooting. Zoom video conference lighting, game streaming, YouTube video photography. I just read the description.
Yeah. What size are the panel lights?
I don't know.
I need dimensions.
These are the ones you bought, I thought. These are the ones you sent me.
Are they? Yeah, I have them right here. The tripod sucks. Don't be fooled by their adjustable tripod. They're these. If they're the same thing, they're these. Oh,
yeah,
hey guys.
That's almost exactly what they are.
These tripods are fucking garbage.
They're like
the lights
5
are
inches
awesome.
wide and like 4 inches up.
Yeah.
$38.
I feel like I got them cheaper than that. They're great. They do the job. They're flimsy, but like they're the best lights you're gonna get on the cheap. The tripods blow absolute dong.
Yeah, but
so like
whatever. I'll probably set them up like one right here, just so I can have like consistent lighting. Because what I'm using for lighting is this motherfucker right here.
That whole thing. That thing still chugging along.
Yeah, and I have a shitty ring light, but I got that for like $5 at Five Below or something like that.
Yeah, I like these lights. Like I've said it before, they're flimsy, but like if they're just stationary, they get the job done so well. If you're moving around a lot and constantly moving them to like light different scenes, it's worth it to pay more and get better lights. But these things, if you're just gonna put them and bounce them off the wall behind you for under $40, they're great.
Yeah, and your lighting always looks really good. So I mean, like, why not?
Does it?
Yeah.
I sit in the complete dark. I have
I also have an overhead light that I really want to put like a red light filter, like a red plastic filter over, just to kind of diffuse like the color coming out of it, or the brightness coming out of it.
Yeah, my lighting could look so much better if I just like wanted to have lights on. It's just when I'm at my computer, I like it to be like ambient or dark or like just lights out. Like so, like
the darkness.
Yeah,
you think the darkness is your ally.
I forget the quote.
I was born in it, molded by it. The only reason I know that quote is because of Bane Cat. Do you remember that?
Bane Cat
you ever seen that video?
No.
It's so
Who the fuck is
funny.
Bane
He they dress this cat to look like Bane, and they make this cat like just like they like voiceover for the cat. And one of the guy like looks into like a box. He goes, "What did you do?" And the cat looks at him. He goes, "I peed in it."
Well, speaking of cats peeing in what? All right, a weird segue. Anyway,
segue.
I went to a couple different places this week in the past couple days. I've been all over the East Coast. We've done it all. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a magical place called Assateague Island in like Virginia or Maryland. It's where they have wild ponies.
Oh, I have been there.
Yeah.
Okay, because you said an island, and like, and as soon as you said West Virginia, I'm like, yeah.
Well, I never said West Virginia.
Did you say West Virginia?
No, I said Maryland or Virginia.
Oh, I thought you said West Virginia. My bad.
No,
either way, I've been to an island with ponies. It's wild ponies. It's really cool.
Yeah, we were there. I took a bunch of pictures. If you guys are interested, send me a DM and I'll show you some pictures, or you can follow my Instagram. I have a couple up there.
Posted on Only Pets.
Well, I mean, technically they're not pets. There's wild animals, but they could
Only
be
hooves. I don't know.
There we go.
Like My Little Pony fan fiction.
All right, we're not gonna make an Only Hooves. But yeah, so I drove countless hours. And we got there, and as soon as we got there, because it's not a national park, it's like a national preserve. It's somehow affiliated with the National Park Service, but I don't think it's an official. I don't think it's one of the official 63 national parks in America.
Yeah.
So
it's like
we got there.
Protected wildlife or something like that.
It's a national seashore, I believe, was the name of it.
Oh yeah, they have one for sea turtles down in Georgia.
Yeah. So we get there, we go over this beautiful bridge, and we immediately. We see some lady jump out of her car, and I'm like, well, so there has to be horses there, because she jumps out, and we look over, and we pass, a couple horses. We're like, wow, that's beautiful. So we're like, we saw horses. That's so cool. So we get there, and then we're not seeing anything, and there's so many people there. There's so many people there. So we're driving. We're pulling. I'm trying to stay away from the big crowd. What happened?
Evie freaked out.
Yeah. All right. So Diff farted. Back to my story.
I'm sorry. I have to pee, and I can only do one of two things. I can either hold in the fart or hold in the pee.
Ooh.
You know what?
Oh my goodness.
Tell your story. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah. Guys, welcome to the Eric Show. I'm everything you ever needed and more. Diff, stay in the bathroom. So we get to this island. Beautiful. Go over. See ponies. Excited. We get onto the actual island, and we're not seeing anything. And I don't want to follow the crowds, because where there's all the crowds, I feel like that's going to push the wild horses away, and kind of, I don't know. I don't like going around and following. I'm a tourist, but I don't want to be with the other tourists. So we're cruising around, and I'm taking a couple pictures, and I see people out in like the marshes, kite surfing, and it's so cool. I'm like, this is sick. But there's not going to be any ponies here, because there's 30 people kite surfing. It's kite surfing, where they have the little parachute, and the wind takes them up in the air, and they go around on a little wakeboard thing. So I go, there's absolutely not going to be any wild ponies here, because there's so much going on. So I'm looking around, and off in the distance, old Eagle Eye Eric, I see a couple things laying down. I go, no way is that horses. It has to be like down trees or something. So I bust out the old camera with the zoom lens. I go, and I'm like this, and I see him. I take a couple pictures. There's a herd of wild horses that nobody sees. So we got this secret stash of ponies that no one knows about. And I'm like, God, I gotta get in there somehow. I'm obviously not gonna go harass the horses, but I want to get closer, because at this point I'm probably, a half a mile away, and like very difficult to see. You can't see them. So we're looking for a trail to get closer. We're looking for a trail. Cruising around the island. I go, I know where they are. I know where this big herd is, but I can't get to them, and that's fine. So I go, whatever. We'll go somewhere else, but we stay in the vicinity. So we go, and I get a little, I don't know. I get like this feeling. I get a little like uncomfortable, and Liv's like, oh, just go this way. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go the other way. We go the other way. We start driving, and she goes, holy shit, stop. So I rip I'm the only person on the road right now. I rip a U-turn, and there is just these amazing wild horses or ponies. I don't know if they're wild horses or ponies, but they're just they're just pushing through this thick brush, and they just walk, and they're just looking at us, and they just walk right in front of the car. And then another car shows up behind me, but we're stopped because they're just standing in the middle of the road, coming out of the brush, and we're just like, this is the coolest thing in the world. They're just hanging out, doing their thing. They don't care. Like, I guess I don't know if they're used to seeing the cars, but they're just standing in the road, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was 9 of them, and the one had a little bird. I swear, it was like his friend. This bird was just following this one horse around, like everywhere it would go. It would always stay like a couple of feet in front of it, and when the horse would move, it would fly around and land right next to it. It was so fun. So that's the story of the wild ponies of Assateague Island. And if you're interested in seeing the pictures, send me a DM. I'll show them to you, or check my Instagram. And it was so much. It was so much fun.
Yeah, go on Eric's Linktree. His Instagram is linked there.
It's true. It's true. Liv just knocked everything over. Whenever Liv adjusts her seat, she's so aggressively adjusted. Like she'll like hold her desk and like move her chair, but like everything fucking shakes. Like every single thing, like the whole desk shakes. And I'm like, Liv, stop that. Like, why don't you just like adjust yourself like a normal human? She's like, what? Nothing's gonna fall. And everything just fell. She knocked everything off her desk.
Ah, yes. Hell is old as time. What could happen?
Yeah, I'm fine. No big deal. Everything just fell. Now she looks. Oh, it's okay, Liv. So that's my story of the wild ponies. And then yesterday, I took a nice long trip to meet up with a buddy on the New York City waterfront. So I have pictures of that as well. I haven't posted any of them yet because I got home at like 1 a.m. last night and just edited a bunch of pictures. So that was nice to see a couple friends and go to a really cool place.
Hell yeah.
So what have you been up to? Any adventures?
Not really.
The sink? How's the sink treating you?
Oh god, I don't want to talk about the sink. I actually just got a snake, and I'm gonna try it to snake.
A boa?
No,
like
a drain snake.
Ah, there you go, the drain snake.
So like, I'm gonna take that because there's a retention sink right next to my washer and dryer. That, and I think I can't remember if I said this the last time, but the reason why the drain keeps clogging like that is because all the lint coming from the washer and dryer is going directly into the pipes, and the pipes are old. The lint's been collecting, so there's just this big clog. So I'm gonna take apart the piping underneath the retention sink to see if I can get further down into the pipes and try to break apart the lint there. And I ended up buying a strainer for, which I think I said last week. I bought like a little metal strainer. So, and that's been working out. It's been keeping all the lint from going into the drain, at least at a lower rate. So I'm just going to work on that. Really, other than that, my dog's in heat. That's been fun to deal with.
There you go.
That's pretty much it. I mean,
what do you mean that's it? You're hosting a friggin' D&D campaign. How's the one-shots going?
Oh my god!
I gotta spoon feed you your own content. God damn.
So the four people ended up showing up to the first campaign, and they all loved it. They really? Everyone had a blast doing it. We're gonna change it to 7 o'clock because one person ended up showing up late and missed out on a lot of stuff. So we're gonna change it to 7, so it's a little bit easier for everyone. They can have more time to decompress if they work throughout the day.
7's a good time.
Yeah,
people from different coasts too. People, I think I saw people from different parts of the United States of America.
We got someone from Canada. I think one of the one dude was from, I want to say he was from like New Mexico or something. So like it's just a very like varying times.
Yeah, time zones are tough. Because what's convenient for someone on the East Coast is, someone on the West Coast is still at work or still sleeping.
Yeah, but everyone had a blast with it. It was really a lot of fun. I just posted up again in the Discord about it. We do have one more spot open. I would be more open to the idea of adding in like a 6th spot if like it starts to fill up, like I said. But so far we have a group of 4 core people. And I think they want to keep continuing on, so I might make it add a little bit of continuity into the game.
Yeah,
but just for like loose continuity, like so like the people that have played in the campaign are like they see like a build up to a certain point, but it's still going to be open to like new people jumping in whenever they want to do it, because I have spent a lot of time working on this campaign to make sure that people could jump in 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. Like we could be halfway through the campaign and people could still be able to jump in and not feel like they've missed anything.
How's everyone working together? Everyone meshing well? Everyone interacting nice?
Yeah, everyone did a really good job at meshing. It was really interesting. We have 2 bards on the team, which was kind of a surprise.
That's got to get annoying.
So the biggest thing at first is bards are have really low AC, or really squishy.
Mm-hmm.
So I started them out in a campaign. Like I made a dungeon for everyone, assuming there'd be a healer, assuming there'd be someone that could tank damage. But no, we have a barbarian and 2 bards. And the 4th guy that came in late, he was a paladin, which would have been really useful, but he showed up way too late to do anything. We had 1 bard go down the first round because he ran up, and actually I really like his flavor. He made a steel ukulele as his weapon. It's a mace that's been reskinned as a steel ukulele that he uses as a weapon.
Now, can you have a healing flute? What's going on with this? Can you have a healing bard?
I think the bards do get some sort of healing, but I don't think it's at the same capacity as like a paladin or a cleric or a druid.
Because I'll tell you what, if a bard popped out a saxophone and started playing, that would fucking heal me right up.
Yeah, right? Oh my god. So yeah, and it was funny, at the end of the campaign, they were supposed to fight a dragon wormling, like a baby dragon, because they're like, it's a good first boss for 4 level 1s. And they didn't end up fighting the boss. They did the bard thing. They charisma'd the dragon into a music competition. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you just derailed my entire boss fight. So I'm gonna have to raise those charisma checks a little bit.
That's a fucking dance battle.
I was so
It happens.
It happens. And I was like, all right, what song do you play to beat this dragon in a Battle of the Bands? And he said Freebird on the bagpipes. So
I would lose my mind if I was a DM and people started doing silly shit like this. I'd be like, all right, fuck you guys then.
I'm up in it next time, because now I got 2 bards, and bards the charisma is just such a pain in the ass. And now I have not only 2 bards, but paladins also run off of charisma as well. So now we have 3 high charisma statted characters. So we're gonna have to do something about that. Make some dumb bosses.
I don't know. I feel as though, like, if I was like putting a lot of work into a campaign and people start getting like really silly with it, and like, I'd be like, so you guys don't want to play? Is that what you're saying? So fuck me, I guess, right? I'd be so over it so quick.
See, I've been a DM for pretty much every D&D session I've been in. Like, very rarely do I get to be a player. So like, it's just one of those things. I kind of just used to it. Like with you guys, like when you guys killed the bartender when we did the.
I didn't know we were not supposed to.
You're in a town. You're not supposed to kill everything.
I don't know. This was my first time playing D&D.
You literally fucked up a bartender and and exposed a gnome naked in his own shop. Yeah. So as serious as like the plots could be, you still gotta like it's just one of those things. You just take it with stride. It's fun. Like if they're having fun, I'm having fun. Like doesn't matter what the intention.
You also had us fight a fucking six-headed Hydra that just every time you killed one, he grew 3 more fucking heads. And we're just
that was your all's fault.
Like, why? Because we didn't. That was my first time ever playing D&D, and you're like, oh well, you didn't know that he's weak against these type of spells, you silly bitch. Here's 12 more heads.
You didn't roll insight.
I don't know to roll insight. I've never played D&D, but I don't know what I can roll for. As far as I'm concerned, every time someone rolls for something, they're making it up. Like I don't. That's as far as I know.
Well, the thing is that it was funny because I set it up to be very beatable by your group, but I don't think anyone was utilizing their characters right.
Because it was my first time playing D&D. I didn't know what a fucking
warden
does.
That wasn't the first fight. That wasn't even the first session. We were like 3 sessions in when I threw the Hydra at you,
and I still had as much knowledge as I had in the first session. I don't know what rolling insight is. I don't know what, like, I can turn into a bear if I see a bear, and I never saw a goddamn animal.
Okay, a little peek behind the veil on this one. I've been into D&D for a while, but like I learned how to be a DM in about a month. I spent like a month just like listening to podcasts on like how-tos, reading the manual, stuff like that. So for me, it was something I was super interested in. I guess it was like, okay, it didn't take me that long. It shouldn't take y'all that long. So I didn't really take into account like how well established to be. So now I kind of have like a little bit more experience in like easing people into a campaign.
Yeah, I had no idea
easing
anything
new
about
players.
it.
So
and you're like read the monster manual. I'm like, none of this makes any sense to me.
So like
what the fuck is this?
So next time, if you ever do decide to participate again for like maybe like a session or something like that, I am way better now at being able to balance stuff out than I have ever been, and like kind of teaching and moving along and stuff like that.
It didn't help that I spec'd my warden really stupid because like I didn't. So for me, a
Your
warden
druid, yeah.
is yeah. Oh
yeah,
druid.
A druid.
Yeah, I equate them to the wardens in Elder Scrolls Online because that's what it's my main, I guess, is my warden. And the druids and the wardens are similar. They're like one with nature and they can communicate with animals. So the way I was playing it was very fucking wrong.
Yeah, you statted him completely wrong. Every time you showed me his stats, I was like, all right, no, that's how you learn.
Yeah, but no, that's not how I learned.
But you gave up!
I was like 4 sessions in, and you're like, yeah, you might want to respect that. I'm like, everything I've done for the last 3 sessions is fucking wrong, and I didn't know it.
Well, yeah, but yeah, that's how you'll be like, hey, man, like, just by the way, like, you like, D&D Beyond's really cool because when you go to make a character and you pick a class, it'll tell you what it goes off of, like what stat to go off of for most of your stuff.
Yeah, D&D Beyond is a really good resource. It's the only like I just didn't know. It was confusing.
It's free, and then like if you get more into it, you can actually buy virtual copies of all the books that give you access to like everything, which is super cool. I have 2 physical books. I have the DM guide and I have the monster manual. Everything else is gonna be digital. I'm gonna buy all the books digitally from now on because they're always gonna be $30. And then like D&D Beyond always has sales. Like once or twice a year they have sales that like for half price books or something like that. So I'm probably gonna end up getting most of the books virtually from here on out.
And even then, you can, if they're PDF, you can, or if they're anything, you can print them out.
Yeah.
If you want a physical copy, print them out. And
yeah, you could download the books like into a PDF file, which is super cool too. Because like I think I have like 2 or 3 folders worth of PDFs of various things like programming and stuff like that. I remember when we bought the programming PDFs and stuff like that.
I was gonna say that's because the biggest complaint about the book bundle I bought from like everyone, like I don't give a shit, but like it just doesn't bother me because I know that you can print them out, but everyone's like, oh yeah, these are virtual books going to be great for when the grid goes down. Like, print them out, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, just print this shit out.
Yeah, print them out and laminate them, you fucking idiot. It's just like, oh, well, this is dumb. This is not a physical copy. I'm making a physical copy.
Yeah, right.
You fool. like you ain't surviving.
Or just put it on a Nook because those things I swear to God will last for fucking years.
I've actually been, oh man, my friend has this awesome thing. It's called the Kobo, and it's like a Kindle. But my biggest thing about the Kindles and the Nooks is it always felt like you were reading a tablet. I picked up, and I think they have.
I like the old Kindles that like the screen almost looked like a page of paper.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's called like Paperwhite or something now.
Yeah.
And I picked up my friend's Kobo e-reader, and it felt like I was reading a book.
Let me look at this. What's how you spell it?
Kobo. They're on Amazon. If you just type in Kobo e-reader, oh man, they're so good.
I typed in Kobo and it came up Cobalt 5e because I've been playing D&D so much.
they're expensive. They're probably $150-$200 for an e-reader.
A 1 gigabyte one. 6 inches on eBay is $34.99.
Really? You know what? I didn't even think to check eBay. eBay's such a good resource.
I always forget about eBay. eBay's so great.
It's so good. It's so silly. Like you get such good deals, and like I feel like most of the time people aren't trying to like rip you off.
Does this thing like read like PDFs and shit? I'm sorry, I didn't really hear much what you're saying.
Yeah, it does PDFs, but also he was telling me something like if you have a library card, right, you can take books out of your library digitally.
Oh, so fun fact. Did you know if you're from New York State, you get a free New York City library card?
I didn't know that.
And the New York City library, like, it's famous. It's got the 2 lions on the front of it. Like, it's that huge fucking library.
So that means So what does that mean? So are we going to New York City on a reading fest?
Yeah.
Speaking of fest,
I'll dress up like a wizard too and walk in and be
Wow.
like, I must do research.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get beat up in New York City.
Okay, in New York City, everybody does everything weirdly. Come on, let's be honest here. Nobody's judging anybody in New York City.
I guess you're right. You know, most other places, like if you walked in dressed as a wizard, they'd be like, "What a fucking weirdo." But then nobody would even look twice. Probably nobody would even notice.
Yeah, seriously, exactly. You can dress up however you want. They'll either think you're a street performer, a cosplayer, or just weird, and nobody gives a shit.
No one cares. Philly, you might get beat up.
Yeah, no,
Boston,
Philly,
you're probably getting beat up.
I guess I really haven't been to Boston. I've never been to New York City, but like, I know how New York City works.
You never been to New York City?
Nope. Never been to New York City.
How?
How? Like, you lived closer to it than I did.
Yeah, but you live in New York.
So? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people from New York City that's never been to anywhere else in New York.
Yeah, I guess upstate, or not even upstate, just like outside of the city is a whole different animal.
Yeah, at least where I'm at, like it's a whole different world up here. Like you would never guess you were in New York if you were living in my area. Like I live on a farm.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like people who don't know like that New York isn't just New York City.
Yeah.
Like when you know that, you can guess, oh, that's New York. Oh, but that's also New York, and they're completely opposite. So like you get a feel for it. You get a feel of like, you know, the landscapes, the people, the feel of it. Like they're vastly different, but they're both New York.
Yeah, we got the Finger Lakes, which is like a really, really cool region. We have the Great Lakes. We touched 3 Great Lakes, actually.
Did you touch 3 Great Lakes in New York?
Yeah, Superior, which is the one that's between Virginia and New York, right? No.
Virginia?
Or not Virginia, Vermont.
What is it, the biggest goddamn lake in the world?
No, Vermont. What's the one that's between Vermont and New York?
That's Champlain.
Champlain. So Champlain?
That's not a Great Lake.
No. Are you sure Champlain's not a Great
No,
Lake?
I'm not sure. I'm 50% sure. I don't know. I don't think it is though. Is it?
For a brief period in 1998, the United States government officially recognized Lake Champlain as one of the Great Lakes.
Why is it denied it? They Plutoed it?
It's a half the length of the shortest Great Lake, but that thing is deep as fuck. Isn't Champlain like super deep?
I have no idea. I just know it's beautiful.
Champlain's made the same way as the other Great Lakes. It's glacial recesses that caused it, but it's just a small lake. But still,
so it's not a Great Lake.
Technically, no. I thought it was. I always thought it was.
They took it away. They said in 1998, they said, Lake Champlain, you've put in the work. You've paid your dues. Here's the crown. Welcome to the gang. And then they fucking Plutoed the shit out of it. They said, nope. Not anymore, you dumb bitch.
So, like, well, they got their own Loch Ness Monster mythos. They got Champy.
Is that it? I always thought Lake Champlain was like, this is going to sound very dumb, but I was always under the impression that Lake Champlain was in Scotland, and that's where the Loch Ness Monster was. But
no, Loch Ness Monster comes from Loch Ness.
Loch Ness, yeah.
In Gaelic, Loch is lake.
Yeah. I literally learned this less than a year ago.
Oh, really?
Like 31 years old, probably 32. Like, I was like, is it like, I don't know why I always equated Lake Champlain to the Loch Ness Monster. I don't know why.
Samuel de Champlain was the one that discovered it when he was a French conqueror, colonist, something like that, and he settled in there. I believe Vermont, whatever one next to Burlington is where he settled.
Yep, Burlington's right on the coast.
Yeah, and then but anyway, New York touches Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, so like, and it shares almost the entirety of its north border with Canada.
It's true.
So there's a lot.
So what's this monster that lives in Lake Champlain?
Oh, Champy?
Old Nessie. Yeah, who's Champy? Tell me more about Champy. I'm interested in Champy.
Let's look up Champy.
Yeah, and how much money is he demanding?
Or champ. It's champ, not champy. Whatever.
I'll tell you what, my buddy went on a guided like a charter there and went fishing, and he was pulling out monster fish, just monster pike, monster bass, and I want to go fishing there very badly.
So like, oh, he was a French cartographer actually.
Okay.
The founder of Quebec and the lake's namesake, Samuel de Champlain.
Okay, so he invented Canada.
Yeah, he invented Canada.
So fuck this dude. I don't care about him. Tell me more about old Champy. The Lake Champlain monster. What do we got? How big is he? How many times has he been seen? What depths does he dwell at?
Champlain did document large fish, which is where the story came from. There is also a great abundance of fish of many varieties, among others, one called by the savages, quoted from here, of the country, shofaru, which varies in length, largest being, as the people told me, 8 to 10 feet long. I saw some 5 feet long, which were as large as my thigh.
It's a fucking sturgeon.
No, it's referring to garpike.
Ah.
He's referring to garpike. They have like teeth and everything. Garpike are fucking terrifying.
I know they have northern pike in there.
What?
I know they have northern pike in there.
Garpike, you've seen like the alligator gar?
No, they're like in Florida, aren't they?
No, they're in the Mississippi.
Oh, well.
Anyway,
I don't believe that the Mississippi actually exists.
Anyway, combined with that and some like driftwood that like would rise up because like there's a bunch of dead wood at the bottom, and sometimes it gets shooken loose and rising up. Like people just all thought that there was something called champ in the water, and a lot of people were like really big into it. But then like the photograph that like proved that it existed was later discovered to be a rising tree trunk. Like that was it.
Is this the same validity that the Loch Ness monster has?
I don't know about the Loch Ness monster. I don't know a whole lot. Like, I just
do you think the Loch Ness monster exists?
No.
Really?
No. I'm like the least superstitious person in the entire world.
What the fuck does superstition have to do with that?
What do you mean? It has everything to do with that.
What's the definition of superstition? For my own knowledge, because now I'm like, maybe it does.
Superstition is like beliefs in folklore and myth, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, you know, ghosts and goblins and all that stuff. Like believing that shit is real. Like
I guess you're right. Yeah,
like big feet and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess you're right on that one.
But like, so I'm not very superstitious. Like, I'll go out in the middle of the woods, and my least concern is Bigfoot coming and stomping on me, and my concern is fucking panthers and bears and shit and moose, because moose are terrifying.
Yeah, moose are huge.
Yeah, they're fucking beefy,
massive. Just like, well,
they square off with killer whales.
The old aquatic moose.
They do. No, moose are
I was on the swim team.
So apparently moof. Oh yeah, good old moof.
Moof.
So
tell me more about this moose.
Apparently they're really good swimmers, and when they do like try to cross over like vast bodies of water and stuff like that, sometimes they encounter killer whales, and they don't win generally because terrain advantage, but they will square off with them. And
really?
A moose.
Will they win?
No, they don't win. But they have been known to square off with.
I feel like that's not a good measure of like how strong. Like that's like how dumb they are.
Moose have no natural predators on land. Like bears won't fuck with them. No, because they're not predators.
I feel like a grizzly could fucking one paw a moose.
Moose versus
grizzly.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah. Mooseversusgrizzly.com. It's my favorite website.
Who would win?
Superstition. Excessively credulous believes and reverence for supernatural beings. Okay, yeah, I stand corrected on that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, the grizzly's gonna absolutely fuck up the moose, right?
No.
Really?
So looking at...
I feel like the moose has the big ass antlers though.
Yeah, so looking at like a lot of things, a lot of people speculate that moose would win.
Really?
Because Moose have sharp ass antlers. They're 1,700 pounds. And I don't think grizzly get that big. How big do grizzly bears get?
7, 8, like 1,000-pound grizzly's a fucking monster.
600 is average size for a male. 290 to 440. Yeah, no, moose is like more than double that. That's 3 times that size.
Now hear me out. A small moose versus a large grizzly. Who do we have the money on?
If it wasn't a male, like if it was antlerless, like maybe it caught it during its shedding season where it didn't have its antlers, then a grizzly bear probably has the equipment to take out a moose. But you can't discount the fact that they're cloven-hooved 1-ton animals. Like they're
big.
Fucking massive.
They're big. Like, that's a tough That's why I just love bears. I think
bears are
the coolest
awesome.
fucking animal in the world, right? Like they're so cool. They're just like, hi, I'm 600 fucking pounds and I look adorable, but like if you look at me the wrong way and I think you're gonna, steal my cub, I'm gonna murder you.
Well, also
and eat your
like,
lunch.
most bears aren't like inherently aggressive. Like unless they're like unless it's a mother. Like if it's a bear just hunting, just don't fuck with it. It won't fuck
even
with
then.
You.
Black bears, I've never had an issue with black bears.
Oh, you could scare off black bears
exactly.
really easily.
That's the only bear in which I have actual experience with, because where I grew up, there's probably going to be a bear in your yard every couple days, stealing your garbage, trying to open your garage.
Did I ever tell you about the story when I was like the one time I went camping up in the Adirondack Mountains?
No, tell me about it.
I was sitting around the campfire, and my dad was like, he was up and I think he was like going to grab something from the cooler or something, but I couldn't see him. And my dad was like one for like, the dad pranks, like, you like put the freaking cold thing on your neck or something like that, or just try to scare you. So I'm sitting around the campfire. I'm like 12 or 13 years old. And all of a sudden I feel something push up against the back of my chair, and it pushes me forward enough to where like it was like it felt like a fake out, like pushing into the fire or whatever.
Yeah.
So I look over. It's a fucking this thing had to have been like 300 pounds. Black bear just walking by and just nudged me and just kept going.
That's scary.
And I guess
that's awesome.
I guess in the Adirondacks, like the black bear just aren't scared of people because like the campgrounds up there, like there's always people. They just hang out there.
And they know there's food.
One of the big things I remember the park ranger saying, like, if you see a black bear going after your shit, stand your ground and yell at it. Like, it'll run. Like, it won't fuck with you if it doesn't think it's gonna get a handout from you.
Yeah, they say mountain biking. They say pick your bike up over your head and yell.
Can you imagine an onlooker?
Yeah,
not being able to see the bear, but just seeing some dude get off his bike, racing in the air, go, ah!
Yeah, or just finding out it wasn't a bear. You're just drunk.
Yeah, sir, you're drunk. Go home.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, stop. Stop doing. We watched you. Stop doing mushrooms in the woods. Okay, get a babysitter.
Oh my God.
We got.
If I were to have a trip, I'm not doing it in the woods.
Oh, I so would.
I'm not superstitious, but if I'm seeing shit.
Now, speaking of dad pranks. What was the situation on Y2K? I
don't really remember. No, like my family was too poor to give a shit. We didn't have a computer until like 2003, so it didn't really care. It didn't matter to us.
I'm only asking because I feel like the ultimate dad prank is during the countdown. My dad went in the garage and shut the main breaker of the house off. So,
oh my God, I love it.
Freaked everyone out. So that's why I was wondering. The level of pranks going on, because my dad's the same way. My dad's a real jokester.
Yeah, the best prank my dad ever pulled on me was he said he was gonna go get a gallon of milk and just
I knew this was I was like, I shouldn't be laughing, but like I know what's coming.
I'm sorry.
He's still he's
it's tell you what that disappearing act, man. I still have
like a hide and seek champ. Him and Bigfoot head to head hide and seek, who would win?
Sorry, I had to do it.
It's pretty fucked up.
I know it is.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, that was fun. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just
No, it's funny. Yeah, no, my dad was the old turn the breaker off, and at Y2K New Year's. But yeah, the whole like shoving you forward, that like I would think the same thing. I'd be like, oh, it's just faking you out, right? And it's like, nope, that's a bear possibly pushing me into the fire.
Well, and I'm like, I'm so glad that like I turned around before I went like that to whack.
Oh man,
because I was like, what did you do that for? And I realized there was a bear there, and I was about to whack the damn thing.
You would have slapped a black bear in the mouth.
12-year-old me bitch slapping a black bear, man. If I had lived through this, that would have been
scared him.
That would have been my greatest claim to fame. Me bitch slapping a black bear.
He's the bear slapper. Every time he sees a bear, you can't bring him to a zoo. He just slaps the fucking bear.
Jesus.
He went to the wildlife exhibit and climbed in the cage, put on a fucking pimp glove, powdered his hand, and slapped the shit out of fucking Sassy the black bear.
Fucking square up with a polar bear.
Yeah. Oh, though.
No, yeah, polar bear. How big? Polar bears are bigger than grizzlies, right?
Huge. Yeah, I think they're one of the biggest bears.
Yeah, they're massive.
If not the biggest bear.
Kodiak bears might be bigger.
No, Kodiak is a type of grizzly, I think.
Is it?
Maybe, or maybe a grizzly is a type
of
brown
bear. I always just assume anything that comes from Russia is massive. So,
are they specifically in Russia?
I'm not sure. I know they bred big ass dogs in Russia to combat the bear problem.
I'll tell you what. Talk about dogs combating bear problems. I don't know if I told you this story before, but a couple years ago, when I was just a young lad, a spry, athletic lad. Doing a little bit of I see that face, but wait till the story's over. So I want to see. I want to see what's making you make that face. So I'm out doing a little bit of mountain biking as usual, and me and young Mopsy, where is she? She's sleeping on the couch right now. She used to be quite the trail pup. Mm-hmm. So I would bring her mountain biking with me, and she would sprint the trails, and I would mountain bike the trails. Right. So all of a sudden, she stops, and I just see this crazy look in her eye. I'm like, oh fuck, and she bolts, and I'm like, god damn it. So now I'm chasing after her. She's chasing a fucking black bear. There's a black bear running from my dog. Now my dog's chasing a black bear. I'm chasing my dog. So now in turn I'm chasing a fucking bear. I'm running. I'm like, oh god damn it. I'm like, do I gotta punch a bear? If this bear gets a hold of my dog, I'm like, am I really gonna punch a fucking bear in the face? I'm like, yeah, I guess I am. Mopsy chases this black bear. The bear runs, jumps up and climbs all the way up a tree, and my dog's just sitting there fucking barking and growling. And
oh my
the
god,
bear's scared. Now I'm sitting there, and she's locked on. I don't know if you guys have dogs. Like when they lock on to something, like I'm screaming like, Mopsy, get over here right now. What are you doing? Come on. Like clapping my hands, and she's locked on to this bear. Finally, I get over at her. Now I'm under this tree in which a bear is above me. I'm like, Mopsy, get to pick her up and remove her from the situation. I'm like, my dumb ass is out here. I'm chasing black bear. I'm chasing bears. What's wrong with me?
She's a hunting dog. That's what bulldogs, pit bulls were bred for. Was hunting. So makes sense.
That was wild.
Evie is a border collie, so she gets that herding mentality. She'll try to herd shit. I've seen her try to herd deer.
She's trying to herd the bears.
It's actually hilarious watching her try. She herds the chickens. It's one of the funniest things. I let her outside. She'll run around barking at the chickens and chase them into that giant pine tree in front of my
I've seen that. That's so funny. Just rounding them up, like just like get in your tree where you belong.
I don't see her chasing much though. Like if she sees one single thing that's like out of the ordinary, she'll chase it back into its hole or whatever. But she's also part Schipperke, which is like rodent hunters. So I've seen her dig in like rodent holes to try to get to them.
Speaking of rodents, I saw some big rats yesterday on the Hudson River.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Hudson.
Yeah, the fucking right across from New York City. And my buddy was like, "Oh, look, there's some rats," and I was like, "I didn't register," and I see this big ass rat just run like right past me. It was very scary.
You ever seen muskrats? I don't know if they're like super common like near where you're at. They're super common up here by the Finger Lakes. Muskrats are like basically just like a mix between a groundhog and a rat. They're just like fat fucking rats, and really? They're swimmers. They swim around. They're like in the swamps and everything.
So what's a musk ox? Is that a mix between a groundhog and an ox?
I have no idea. You got me on that.
I fucking asking the real questions over here. So going back to before, when I started my story, I saw your face just absolutely go like you read something that you couldn't believe.
Yeah. So to kind of preface this, I was looking up Kodiak bears. Apparently, Kodiaks are exclusive to an island archipelago near Alaska, which is pretty close to Russia. So like, the same vicinity. But the Kodiaks have only existed on this island archipelago thing, isolated from everything else. So they've evolved separate from literally every other bear species for 12,000 years. Now, I just looked up Kodiak bear, like, specs.
Mm-hmm.
It is
specs.
Yeah, right. It is
an R5.
It's
GTX 1060. All right, go on. Sorry.
God damn it! Now I can just picture a tech Kodiak.
Yeah, yeah.
Kodiak bears are the largest bear in the world.
Really?
A large male can stand over 10 feet tall when on his hind legs, 5 feet tall on his all four legs. They can weigh up to 1,500 pounds. So
Kodiak versus moose. Who we got?
That's tough. Yeah, that's a tougher one.
How sharp are the moose's antlers?
A Kodiak could kill a female, young, or poor end moose. So yeah, people are still saying moose can't
really
beat, or Kodiak still can't beat a bull moose. A female, because the antlers make a difference. The fact that the antlers exist is like 90% of the reason why moose are so unstoppable.
Well, yeah, because how wide is the rack? How wide are the antlers?
I think they're like 8 feet or 6 feet or something like that.
Massive. It's like having a goddamn chainsaw on your head, swinging around recklessly. Which? No, that was Austin Powers. He's like, I want sharks with freaking laser beams.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. So moose. How big is a moose rack? They can stand up to 6 feet and weigh 40 pounds. Just the antlers. Yeah. So nothing's fucking up a moose.
No. So I didn't know this. When you said that Russia's really close to Alaska, I was like, well, how close can it possibly be?
It's right the fuck next to it.
Yeah. How far is Russia from Alaska at its closest point? It's only 55 miles.
Yeah, no, you could like see Russia with a telescope from Alaska.
Yeah. That's wild. But also, Alaska technically is like a very long, what was it, the archipelago, the Aleutian Islands?
Yeah, that little
it's very, very far. That's like one of my favorite places to fly in Flight Simulator. I love the Aleutian Islands.
It's crazy how many like islands, like Alaska is like, I mean, the mainland, but there's a lot of archipelagos off of Alaska.
Yeah, it's a whole string of islands.
Which brings me to, like, you didn't know how close Russia was. I didn't realize how many fucking islands there are off the East Coast, like the Northeast Coast. Like there are like
the Pacific Northwest.
No, the east side, like our side.
Oh, east,
like Massachusetts stuff. I didn't know there were that many islands. Like Anthony Bourdain grew up on an island off of Massachusetts.
Well, that's like Nantucket.
I didn't know that.
Martha's Vineyard, all those. Yeah, there's a lot of little islands.
It wasn't until like I think like 2 or 3 years ago I realized that there was like whole islands that people like just live on. Like there's just whole communities that live on these islands. I didn't know.
Wow. Yeah, that's the New England area is famous for that. And even the East Coast, like I was just on like Assateague Island.
Yeah, and there's like
in New Jersey, there's like Long Beach Island. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can get to from a bridge, but the stuff like Martha's Vineyard, and like Nantucket, you need to take a boat or a plane to.
There's like Paris Island in South Carolina. There's Cumberland Island. There's
the Outer Banks.
The Outer Banks, yeah.
Yeah, like there's a lot. Like those are all islands, and I guess those ones are so close that because you can get to them from a relatively short bridge, so you don't really think. But there's a lot of those like vacation spots on the East Coast are islands.
Yeah, that's what it always blew my mind, and it didn't occur to me until someone pointed out to me that the Outer Banks was an island. I thought it was just like the banks of the coast or something like that. I didn't know. So like it blew my mind to realize how many islands are just off of the coast of the East Coast. Like Key West, I think most of that is an island, isn't it?
Key West, that the whole yeah, you have to take a bridge from the southernmost part of Florida to a string of islands that is the Florida Keys, and then Key West is the furthest west.
Yeah.
So like the Florida Keys, it's a string of islands all connected by bridge, and then Key West is the furthest point.
So
west.
I think I've said I've been to Key West before. I've never actually been to like the islands of it. I was on the shore of it, like the poorer side, like where you could save a little bit more money than instead of going on the island. So like I've been down there. I just never had been to the islands. It never even occurred to me when I was down there that they were islands.
What do you mean? So what's the southernmost point in Florida where you would gain access to the Florida Keys? Because Key West is the most western island in that string of islands, I believe.
Yeah, I don't remember. The only thing I remember is I took a motorcycle from the northernmost point of Florida to the southernmost point of Florida, and I just assumed I was in Key West. I'm an idiot. Like it never occurred to me to look into it.
Okay, so what we have here is it looks like you would go through Biscayne National Park. That's beautiful. So it looks like what city is this? It's Southern Glades. We have Florida City, Homestead, Outer Bay, Palmetto, Kendall. So even more south of Miami, you would go south to the tip, and then you can catch a bridge there too.
Yeah, I never went across the bridge, so I never actually made it to like the actual Keys.
Yeah, but you were close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the Florida Bay, but yeah, it's a string of islands. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's in the bay? Is it? It's on the Gulf side?
Well, it's on the very south end, but it's a bay because it's between. I don't know. Yeah, actually, no, I don't know why it's called a bay.
Yeah,
because it shouldn't be. It should be the ocean.
Because there's a bay I know of, and that's like a huge. It's basically a lake tumor coming off of a bigger lake.
Interesting.
At least where I'm.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it's called. I guess I don't know. I don't know what exactly constitutes a bay, because this is just like ocean. Yeah, no, it would be a bay because it's between the island and the mainland, and then on the other side of the Keys would be the ocean.
Yeah. Oh, well, I always just assumed like because a bay to me is always like the opposite of a peninsula, where there's there's land surrounding water that comes in from a bigger source of water.
Yeah, and then the far side of that would be the ocean, and then the side closest to the mainland would be the bay. Which on this map it makes sense, but
okay.
I don't know the technicality of it.
Yeah, I just found out that there's a specific reason why they call certain roads streets, road, boulevard, whatever. I found out recently.
Do tell. I'm interested.
I think road has like no businesses. Boulevard is like. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Oh, well, this is so fucked. You just told me you just found out why. Now I'm trying to get informed here.
No, I just found out. No, I didn't find out why. I found out that there is a reason behind the things.
I'm gonna have to remember that. I'm gonna use that next time I fucking don't have an answer to a question. Like, oh, I know why.
No, I never said.
I know that. I know that it exists. I don't know why.
I just figured out that they do it that way. That's how they name it. Like it's.
I thought they were just interchangeable.
No, it's apparently there's a specific reason why they name them certain things.
Really? Yeah, I totally thought it was just like, fuck, Poplar Street is already done. Let's make Poplar Road. Poplar's got to be the most.
I swear to God, there's so many Poplars.
Like, what the fuck is a poplar, and why is it the most common street name throughout America? There's like 7 in every town, and it doesn't make any sense. What the fuck is poplar?
Cottonwood plant.
Is it?
Yeah, it's those giant cottonwood trees. You ever see? You know what they are? They're the tall, skinny fucking pine trees.
I gotta look it up right now. What is poplar? Okay.
Yeah, they're like at golf courses all the time. I see them that's where I see them the most.
That's pretty unimpressive.
Yeah, I know. I'm like actually disappointed.
Yeah. So why? But like, why is it the most common street name? I'm gonna look it up right now. Wait, hold on. Let's say most common street name in America.
I don't know why is Springfield the most common town name.
Oh well, this is cheating. It says 2nd Street is the most common.
Oh, you
can't do numbers. High Street is another one.
Oh my God! I just typed in spring and it went Springfield to Poplar Bluff. Oh my god. Literally both the things we're talking about. Why is Springfield the most popular name?
Wow. So first of all, all right. So the top three are High Street, Station Road, and Main Street. Station Road's kind of a given though, because I feel like they have the
Main
fire
Street's
departments.
Kind of cheating too.
Yeah, like, because those are named with purpose, right? But why the fuck is Poplar? Like, I don't get it. But who knows? High Street. Why is High Street the most popular? That's awesome. I feel like that's like the most commonly stolen street sign.
Poplar, yeah. Yeah.
No. High Street. I feel like if someone's gonna steal a street sign, it's gonna be High Street.
There's a street near me, like on one of my routes, called High Vista Trail. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that one. High Vista.
High Vista. What does Vista mean? View?
I think so.
All right. Well, what else we got today? We've been rambling about fucking street names and goddamn who's gonna win in a fight. I want to. I think I have so much faith in these big bears.
Yeah, but bears aren't really built for fighting.
Well, neither's a moose is built for defense.
They are. That's how they mate. That's how they compete to mate.
All right. Well, I think bears are cool anyway. So
I think bears are cool too. But the thing is, bears eat small things, and they're scavengers, and they eat fish and shit like that. So like, they're not really built to like fuck up things that are that big. Moose, however, have these 40-pound antlers, which they clash together with each other. To fight to win over females. So like I don't know. Moose are a little bit more built for fighting.
Moose are probably more I don't know what's more aggressive. These are just awesome animals, and I would love to see them in real life. I've seen an elk and I've seen a black bear. So basically I've seen the less impressive descendants of these animals I really want to see. I love black bears though.
I've never seen a whole moose in real life. I saw a splattered one on the road.
There's moose close, right?
Yeah, they're in the Adirondacks. Like they do exist.
Are they really?
Up there, yeah.
I feel like I've seen moose crossing signs.
That's where I've seen like the roadkill of moose, and they always say like
roadkill of moose. I can't imagine hitting a moose.
Oh, there was like car shrapnel everywhere too.
Yeah, I feel like if you hit a moose, you're dead immediately.
Moose have been known to like survive car crashes.
That's what I'm thinking. Like if you like, especially like maybe a Mack truck's gonna drive through a moose, but like if you're going in your little Honda Civic, I feel like the moose is gonna walk away from that, and you're gonna be through the windshield.
A motorcycle hitting a moose would be like a light breeze.
Exactly. No, like that's dangerous.
Most motorcycles I've seen, like my old school motorcycle, the one that was all steel, was only like 500 pounds. Like it's still a fraction of the moose's weight.
Exactly. Yeah, that's like hitting a brick wall at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary stuff because they I don't know if the moose are like deer, but like a deer will just run right out in front of you. Run, not a care in the world. Oh, there's a car coming? Let's fucking go. Perfect time to cross the street.
Someone tried to explain this to me, and I think it has to do with their fight or flight response. Because deer are more of a flight animal, and if they hear a noise, and cars have such like a surrounding noise, so all deer are thinking about is trying to get away from something that's approaching, so they start running. And they like, and that's why like that's why you always see deer running the second they see cars.
That makes sense, but like run back into the woods, Yeah,
go the other way.
Yeah, don't run into the fucking danger. They're like, oh fuck, a car.
I've seen
run into it.
Growing up on the farm, we used to have like electric fences and stuff like that, and like all sorts of like different gates and various like fencing. I've seen some funny ass deer misjudge the height of a fence when they're trying to jump over it and end up like wrapped up in the fence, pull down all the fencing, and then just run away like nothing happened. So, deer will fuck up fences, especially electric fences, because if they get shocked and then they get caught in it, they'll rip it apart.
They'll panic and they get super strength.
Yeah.
Super deer. One time when I was probably, I want to say in high school, I went to go jump over this fence. And guess what? I didn't make it. But I went at it like full speed. Like
Oh, you
Like,
tried to jump. You didn't even try to climb.
no, jump. Like it was like a white picket fence, probably about
Ooh, with the points.
No.
Oh.
Like one of the it was not a dangerous situation at all,
Oh,
but
okay,
it was dumb. It was 5 feet, maybe probably 5 feet, and like my dumb ass, I'm like, oh, I could jump that. I jump it. I almost clear this motherfucker. Like, you know, you like throw yourself sideways in the air, like
Yeah,
you're pole
you do like
vaulting. Yeah. Okay, I do that. Like, don't know what I was thinking. Like, even if I landed, I was gonna land like horribly wrong. But my knee hit it, but I was like running full force at it, so it didn't just like tap it. It like my knee hit it and like hooked and like smashed me down on the other side.
Because you.
Yeah, it was basically like when you're. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. It's like when you're walking past I don't know if maybe this is a tall person problem, but like when you're walking past a door and like your belt loop gets caught on the doorknob.
Yes.
And it just, like,
Oh my
throws
God.
you back. Yeah, that's got to be top 5 things in my life that makes me the most angry.
Oh my God. So one of the things that one of the biggest problems that I have is like getting in and out of my cars.
Mm-hmm.
And like the work van that I have, the parking brake is on next to the door, so every time I get out, my pant leg catches it and it just like pulls me.
How wide are you spreading your legs in your car?
No, when I go to get out.
Your pant leg?
No, my shorts, my gym shorts.
How are you sitting backwards in this thing? I'm
not going to explain the logistics of this.
I'm concerned about this. How are you sitting in your vehicle?
I'm not sitting. I'm getting out of it.
How are you spinning around first?
What are you talking about?
What I don't understand.
No, the parking brake is next to the door. It's on the outside, so when I go to get out, I have to go over the parking brake. So the back of my pant leg grabs onto it.
Where's this parking brake? Paint me a detailed picture.
So I'm sitting in the car, right?
Yes.
Wheel in front of me.
Yep.
This side is the passenger seat.
Uh-huh.
This side is the door to get out of the driver's side.
Mm-hmm.
The parking brake is right there. In between.
On the floor.
In between the door and my seat. On the passenger side. It's not in the middle like where it usually is. Yeah.
Oh, that's what? I'm gonna have to write a strongly worded email.
All the ProMaster vans, the Dodge vans, all have them. Every single van I've seen has them there. Because
I've never seen that.
And I think it's because they can't have a center console because they need to have a walkway so you can get into the back of the van. So that's the only like logical spot to put it.
You know what's actually also not a bad idea about that? Like, say you get out of your car, right? You get out of the van, and like you've seen it.
When people forget to take it out of park or to put it in park.
Like, and it starts rolling. So instead of having to jump in, hit, like you could just rip that real quick.
Yeah.
So that's you know what? I like that design. It's okay in my book.
Yeah, the only pain in the ass is when I get out, I get hung by it every time because like I engage the parking brake every time I get out because it's a big ass van and most of the time I'm on a hill. So like I'll like engage the parking brake so it's pointing straight up. So when I go to get out, it just grabs onto my pants.
That's
like.
now this makes sense to me. Before
because I think I knew where you were thinking because
this?
You kept thinking it was over in the middle. It's not.
Yes. Yeah, I was like, how the fuck are you getting your pants caught on this? Yeah, now it's a dumb spot, but. If it's there for the reason that I'm thinking it's there, it's smart.
Yeah, I mean, like I think logistically, like it just makes more sense to be there than on the other side where it's in between the walkway that you use to get to the back of the van. I think it's Dodge. Like they don't think that like that.
Yeah, well, also put it as a foot pedal next to your in the bottom left. Like that's
why don't they do that anymore?
I don't know. I've only had
my Ranger had that. I like that. And you're good.
Yeah, my F-150 had it. My Explorer had it.
So Fords.
yeah, exactly. My Forester is the first car I drove that has it in the center, the big lever you pull up.
Mine's not even that. You know, ever seen the little button ones? I have a button that engages my parking brake on mine. It looks
smart.
exactly
I like
it
that.
looks exactly like a window. Lever. You pull it up to engage.
I like
you push
that a
down
lot.
to disengage it. Yeah.
I feel like there's so many less things that can go wrong. It's a smaller mechanism. Like if they is it mechanical or is it electrical?
I'm pretty sure it's electrical to have it engaged mechanically.
Okay. Okay.
So like it like just like same way it was like because like there's no transmission in my car. The transmission does not exist in my car.
Yeah.
So
are you a parking brake user all the time?
Yeah. Not in my car. Like when I'm working, when I'm like in a commercial vehicle,
yeah,
like it just have it because most commercial vehicles don't have park. They only have the emergency brake. So
really,
you put it in neutral, then you pop the emergency brake. You see, the big yellow triangles in like air brake vehicles.
Yeah, I believe so.
There's no such thing as park in those vehicles. You put them in neutral and you pop that brake.
Really?
So when I'm in the van, it's still a force of habit for me to put it in neutral and throw up the parking brake, which I am now starting to get in the habit of putting it in park and putting up the brake, but I still use the emergency brake.
Leave it in neutral.
That's what I did. I would put it in neutral and put it, and then put it in brake, put the parking brake on. That's just how I've always done it because I've used to always drive commercial vehicles.
They said, Mr. Differus, we need to have a talk with you. This is the third van that you've let roll away because you refused to put it in park.
Parking brake is going to be 1,000 times better. Parking brake in neutral is still going to be better than no parking brake and the park gear.
It's better for the transmission.
It's just better in general. It'll stop more because it engages all the brakes, not just... Well, because when you're in park, it's the transmission locking up your front brakes.
Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know what I thought park was.
Or your rear brakes, depending on if you're front wheel or rear wheel drive. It depends.
I thought it was just resting. Yeah, actually, come to think of it, I don't know how park works.
It's just it's a whole logistical thing. Anyway, we're getting up to almost 2 hours, and I'm concerned.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. And I'm concerned that I might not be able to transfer this whole thing to you. So
cut it now. Cut it now.
Let's cut this now. So all right, guys. Well,
all right.
I know we've been rambling for about 2 hours, but I think it's been good rambling. We learned a lot about meese and we learned a lot about bears.
And we didn't learn anything about the parking setting, the park.
I think I taught you some.
You taught me that I didn't know what park was. All right. But yeah, everyone, thank you all so much for watching and listening or listening. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the interactions. Really appreciate everyone just being there for us. All right. And I'm here to motivate you. I'm here to tell you that whatever you think you can do, you probably can, unless you're a fucking idiot. And then it's going to be a little harder, but you can probably still do it. You're just going to have to work twice as hard.
Yeah, look at me. I have to work twice as hard.
Me too. I probably have to work 3 times as hard to get I have to work twice as hard to get half the results. But guess what? We're out here. We're doing it.
Yep.
We're positive.
Yep.
And I'm positive that you can do it. And I'm positive that you can at least try. So put your best foot forward.
Yeah,
no matter what size shoe you are.
Don't live your life in what ifs.
It's true. What is it? If and buts were candy nuts, we'd all be sweet and tasty. So I'm gonna leave you with that. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for listening. It's been a phenomenal experience, and we'll catch you next week. I might not be here next week. We might have a special guest, or we might do a double episode. We have to discuss it. I'll catch you guys all later. See ya.